Everybody, it's Steph from the Hot Move Podcast, and what a disappointing loss for the New York Knicks. All right, if you watched the game one earlier, you could make the argument that they could be down 2-0. Okay, when Jalen Brunson got back in the game, towards the end, I think in the fourth, he got hurt early in the fourth or late in the third, whatever it was. When the game was getting tight in the fourth, you can make the argument in game one that his surge really sparked the team. And everybody was flying, playing defense, diving, playing more physical towards the end of the game, and ran away with game one. But there were a lot of moments where the Pistons were in control of that game. Okay, but the Knicks won the game. Okay, all right. No, you didn't really hear a lot of criticism on the New York Knicks because they ran away with the game late. All right, but in this game, the physicality was there for the Pistons. The Pistons just outworked the New York Knicks, and look, Cade Cunningham is a New York Knicks killer, 33 points. Okay, then he showed off the bench, excellent. It was a good performance for the Detroit Pistons, and we knew, and a lot of people were talking. I thought this series was going to be probably a 7-game series. Okay, and for Tom Thibodeau, to save his job, he's gonna have to get out of this round. Yes, if Tom Thibodeau doesn't get out of this first round, he's fired. Right? If there's not going to be rumbles already, I think, if this series is going to be very stressful for Tom Thibodeau. Very stressful. You got to get through JB Bickerstaff and these Detroit Pistons. This Pistons team can match their energy, match their play, and that's what happened. All right? I mean, you're Jalen Brunson. I'm getting Carmelo Anthony vibes from Jalen Brunson in terms of when Melo was in New York Knicks. It was like Brunson or bust. You know what I'm saying? But all the key guys that he needs to get going. Okay, Mikal Bridges gave you a Mikal Bridges type game. Again, I still disagree with the amount of draft capital the New York Knicks pissed away to get him, but whatever. All right, but in terms of Josh Hart getting 10 points, Karl-Anthony Towns in a playoff game giving you 10 points, right? Oh, man. And then you saw what the Minnesota Timberwolves did game one on the road against a more competitive team. You know what I'm saying? And winning that game, right? It's like the Timberwolves didn't miss a beat in the playoffs, losing Towns, and we're starting to see, we'll see. It's only game two, but the Knicks, they're a type of team going up against this type of Detroit Pistons team. You need to be up 2-0 because I can see this team being down 3-1, heading back to New York. And you know how the New York media is going to be if it's not going to be loud after tonight or later tonight, going tomorrow morning. All right. Look, Anunoby, you can't, Anunoby's averaging 18 points this season. He give you 10. Okay, Karl-Anthony Towns are averaging 24 points this season. That's not unacceptable. Now I give credit to the Detroit Pistons defense, just being more physical, making Karl-Anthony Towns work. I got to give Tobias Harris a lot of credit for some of the defensive assignments he had to do on Karl-Anthony Towns. I've flamed Tobias Harris in the past in Philadelphia due to the money and production. It seemed like here in Detroit, he can blend in the background and play his game and not have to worry about Philly media cooking him for his contract. So shout out to Tobias Harris. All right. And again, Cade Cunningham is a New York Knicks killer, and he got, look what he 33 points. You know what I'm saying? And they got massive contributions, especially off the bench, right? And the Knicks, they didn't really get a lot of help, if not nothing off the bench. 8 points from Kevin Payne. That's about it. Tom Thibodeau is in a world of trouble. The New York Knicks, yes, I do hit the alert button on the New York Knicks, but I already had the alert button on the Knicks in a coaching hot seat situation. Okay, what do you do when if this season ends in the first round, right? The Detroit Pistons, they're not going anywhere. All right, they made their impact felt early in the first game. They made their impact felt in this game. And the only change I can see is Tom Thibodeau getting fired, but that's not a surprise, especially with how coaching cycles have been. Tom Thibodeau is going to be coaching for his job, absolutely. I would want to be in this spot considering how much they traded to get Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns, right? All right, this is supposed to be a team with championship aspirations, or at least Eastern Conference Finals aspirations, and they're going to be struggling in this round. Now, things can change, who knows? But I will stand corrected if wrong. But at this point, I don't see the Knicks getting out of this series alive. I see the Pistons. I mean, sorry, I don't see them getting. I don't see them getting out of the series alive versus the Pistons, and I think the Pistons will move on. I have a feeling they could be up 3-1 heading back to New York, and it's gonna be bad news for the New York Knicks, man. Jalen Brunson, great player. It just seemed that the team goes as he goes, but even when he does go and he doesn't have any help, like he didn't get much help tonight. This is what you're gonna get, right? Very disappointing loss for the New York Knicks. I think Tom Thibodeau days is already numbered. If not, the firing papers, the dismissal papers are already pre-drafted and waiting once this series ends if the Knicks don't get past the Detroit Pistons. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.